Hey, I'm Maddie. I'm one of the PR directors at KVRX, and these are my library picks. Alright, so my first pick is Dot Hacker's second album, How's Your Process? It's actually a two-part album, but this CD is both. So Dot Hacker is one of my favorite bands. It's made up of some of the members of Gnarls Barkley, some of the members from Zach Hill's side project Hella, and then Josh Klinghoffer, who's currently the guitarist of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who have been my favorite band since I was a kid. And they take all those different influences into this like atmospheric, experimental kind of synthy, also drum machines but also guitars project, and I love this album so much. They're one of my favorites. I think honestly they're one of the bands that got me really into synthesizers and a lot of the electronic music I like to listen to nowadays. I remember they released an album the night of that Trump got elected, and I was just like, this is gonna get me through the night. Like, it was like really exciting that they released that album, because they never release music because they're all so busy with their main bands. But yeah, so How's Your Process? Best band ever. So my second pick is Machinedrum's 2011 album Rooms, and Machinedrum, he's like an electronic producer, and he's been around for like since like the very early 2000s, so this is far from his first work, but I think it's one of his best. He has a lot of this like kind of like glitchy IDM kind of thing going on, but it's like these really like frenetic, crazy drums and like super like poppy vocal samples, and it's kind of just like really fast paced all over the place. I love it. He's a great producer, and I think the original reviewer of this and I have the same favorite song, Come One. So if you're gonna listen to Machinedrum, Come One, best song on this album. Alright, so my next pick is a single from Objekt. He's a German techno DJ, and this one is the tracks Cactus and Porcupine. And they're these like really hard, fast techno tracks, and they're like kind of dark and crazy. They take you all over the place. He never like repeats a part once. Objekt's an amazing DJ. Check him out if you want to get into techno. And he just released a new album that like everyone is freaking out about, called Cocoon Crush. It's a lot more, I guess, like ambient experimental than this like club techno kind of stuff, but it's cool that he's like doing new stuff, especially considering this is like from 2012, so like 6 years. He's got to mix it up a little bit, you know? Cool, so my last pick is a little bit in a different vein, but it's Calvin Johnson's first album, What Was Me, and this is a beautiful album. So like Calvin Johnson started K Records back in the 80s and was like a very influential voice in the whole like Pacific Northwest DIY, even like Riot Grrrl scene. But I think he's most well known, like in his music at least, for like his really, really deep voice and these like droning folk songs. And this is a great album. He does a song with Beth Ditto from Gossip, and her voice is crazy. The song's called Lightning Rod for Jesus, and they just like play off of each other vocally for the whole track, and it's like very cool. And it kind of reminds me of an album he did with Beck called One Foot in the Grave, and it's just them doing these like folk, really lo-fi, just guitar and vocal songs. It's like really different from the stuff they do now. So yeah, What Was Me is my Calvin Johnson pick. Yep, so those were my library picks, and my show this semester is Friday nights at 7, if you ever want to tune in. It's called Crying in the Club, and I play a bunch of techno, house, whatever kind of music, and it's always a good time, so thank you for watching.